Welcome everyone to the final game of week 3 of the AAF Simulated on EA Sports. And today we've got another great matchup for you. This time coming from the Alliance West Division, we've got the 1-1 San Diego Fleet taking on the 1-1 San Antonio Commanders in what should be a great close to week 3. We welcome you right now to San Diego, where this home crowd is ready to go. They're excited to see their hometown fleet. San Diego just is so excited to have football back, and let's ignore what's up on the Jumbotron. But anyways, the fleet, they're ready to go. And last week here at home, they had a really disappointing loss to Atlanta. They were winning that game 20-9, and then out of nowhere, the Legends scored 2,500 points. They lost that game 34-28. San Antonio coming off the big win against Orlando with that nutty PI call, gave them that last-second touchdown to win it. So they avoided going 0-2. They now sit at 1-1. But the big thing coming into this game right now is what all went down in week 1. When both these teams played, the San Antonio Commanders really had a tough time back in week 1. The Fleet beat them 33-21, but a lot of that was mainly because of what happened in the first 3 quarters. The Commanders only had 3 points going into the 4th quarter, and an offense like that, you can't win games when your offense is playing like that. So we'll see what happens here in week 3. Revenge match right now between the Commanders and the Fleet. A big game between both these teams. I mean, if you think San Diego gets his win here, of course, it's only week 3 into the season, but it's going to make it a lot more difficult for San Antonio to make the playoffs, having lost both games to San Diego. So we'll see. Nick Rose sends it away. Back to receive is Brian Brown, and he will just take a knee in the end zone. San Diego will get the ball first, and let's see what their offense can do. Offensively speaking, they have one of the best offenses in the league. Starting off with Mike Bercovici. This guy's been playing phenomenal football. 39-66, 661 yards, and 6 touchdowns through just 2 weeks of football. We'll see what he can do today. Last week, he really struggled at the end of that game, and that's mainly why San Diego could not hang on for that win. But we'll see what he can do today. He ripped through San Antonio's offense in week 1. We'll see if Mike Riley's Commanders made any adjustments today. On 1st and 10, Jaquan Gardner gets the carry. Jaquan Gardner off to the races, breaking tackles and all the way up to the 43. That's a gain of 18 on the first play of the game. Gardner rips an 18-yarder. What a play for the Fleet to start things off. Look at the hole given to him by that offensive line, and of course you can't just think, you can't say what a game is going to be like off of one play, but if San Diego does that on the first play, San Antonio is in trouble. 1st and 10 now from the 43. Mike Martz coached a great game in week 1. Let's see what he does today, and that was because Jaquan Gardner was a big part of that offense. On the ground again, it's Gardner with a big gaping hole again. Makes a move, and I think that's another first down for the Fleet. All the way to San Antonio's 46, so 2 runs for Gardner. And how about that? See, this is a big stat line coming into this game. Back in week 1, when the San Diego Fleet beat San Antonio, Gardner had 87 yards on the ground. Then you look at Atlanta, the game against Atlanta, he only had 15. So getting Gardner involved is going to be a big part of getting the Fleet this win. We'll see what happens very early in the game. I mean, we're only a minute into it right now. But a couple great runs from Gardner to start things off, and I think Mike Martz learned his lesson from last week. You got to give Gardner the football. Off play action now. Let's see what Bercovici can do. Going deep towards the sidelines, and it's a man wide open. It's complete. Dantes Ford all the way down to the 21. There's a gain of 26 on the play. And the Fleet are in business just as they were back in week 1. Look at this throw. Beautifully thrown football. Wide open Dantes Ford, and San Antonio's defensive struggles continue against San Diego so far to start this drive. We remember back in week 1, San Diego marched right down the field. Bercovici found Marcus Ball for the touchdown, and the rest was kind of history. Right now, San Diego looking phenomenal offensively. Can San Antonio get some sort of stop? I mean, this is a big game for both of these teams. The Commanders, they do not want to start this season 1-2. Dropping two games to San Diego. On the carry, that's Gardner, and this time only gets maybe a yard in the play. That's good defensive stop by Deron Smith. Look at this offense, though. Offensive line starting this game playing phenomenal football right now. Jaquan Gardner, we're looking at him, and he played a great game already. When he gets involved with his height and speed and explosiveness, he's a very versatile back. You got Dantes Ford, who is having one heck of a season for the Fleet. I mean, he's had 2 10 catches, 251 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 2 of those touchdowns over 60 yards. So we'll see if they rip one of those out today. 2nd and 10 now from San Antonio's 20. Can this defense make something happen? Back to throw is Berkovici. Big blitz from San Antonio. He's pressured. Gets it off. Dantes Ford makes a move. Touchdown, San Diego. Picked up right where they left off. Berkovici finds Dantes Ford. And it's Berkovici's 7th touchdown of the season. Dantes Ford's 4th. These guys are becoming one heck of a duo here in the AAF Simulated. Look at this move by Dantes Ford. Wow. That was quick and that was efficient, and this Fleet home crowd absolutely loves it, and so does Mike Martz. These Fleet, they think they're built to last, and I don't blame them. I mean, they've got a great defense and a great offense, and let's see what they can do here on this 2-point conversion. Try to make it 8-0, just like they did in week 1. Back to throw is Berkovici. He's got time. Now he's pressured, and he'll be taken down by Matthew Godin. The defense steps up and makes a play there on the 2-point conversion. Unable to do anything, really, on that opening drive, but at least they stopped the 2-point conversion. It's 6-0. But what a drive from the San Diego Fleet. It took them, like, what, 5 plays? And they just marched 75 yards down the field. Gardner had a couple big runs. Berkovici with 2 big throws to Dantes Ford. And that's that. I mean, San Diego offensively looking great. And, yeah, I mean, they had a tough go there in the second half against Atlanta. They really just got out of their groove, so it's really important for them to start this game with that drive. And now we'll see how Mike Riley's Commanders respond. This Commanders team has really struggled this season to start it. Again, they did not play a good game in week 1. And last week against Orlando, they should not have gotten that win. The Apollos outplayed them in pretty much every phase of football, especially there in the 4th quarter. And they got that crazy PI call that gave them the win. So again, well, you know, we'll see what happens here. San Antonio with plenty of time, and they've got a lot of offensive weapons of their own. But we'll see what happens. Donnie Haseman sends it away. Back to receive is DeMarcus Ayers. And he's got a little bit of room to run. Trying to find a lane and brings it past the 30 to the 32. Pretty good starting field position for Logan Woodside and the Commanders. Woodside, he's had an up and down start to the season. So far, 36 of 55, 403 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. The main stat line that we were looking at there in the first week was the problem was that he threw that interception right when San Antonio, they were down 17-3. They made it 17-9. Defense got to stop. They're ready to get back into it. He threw a pick. Can't do that again today. He's got to not make those mistakes. Quick pass, and it's tipped up and intercepted by Ron Brooks. Unbelievable. On the first play of the game, it's a pick 6 for the Fleets. What did I just do? I jinxed him again. Logan Woodside throws a pick 6 on their first offensive play, and it gets batted at the line, and Ron Brooks, the cornerback, coming in on a blitz, is just there to make the play, and there's nobody home for the Commanders. And just like that, within, 2 minutes? The Fleet have scored 2 touchdowns. Ron Brooks is eating points right now. Unbelievable. And now on for the 2-point conversion. 12-0 San Diego already. Wow. They go with Gardner, trying to find a crease, and he's going to be taken down, so... Wow. That is unbelievable. We're not 3 minutes into this game, and the Fleet have a 12-0 lead. Ron Brooks was about a 22-yard pick 6, I think. That's my estimate. Unbelievable stuff, and Mike Martz couldn't be happier. Mike Riley, though, on the other hand, he does not look too happy. I don't blame him. I mean, this has just been the worst possible start you could have imagined. A team coming into this, you lost 33-21, you were outplayed in week 1. You want to come out here in week 3 and just prove that you can win. I mean, a win here, and you're 2nd place in the AAF West. So, it's just not... Things not going San Antonio's way to start. We'll see how Logan Woodside bounces back. I mean, I don't even think that pass was that bad of a pass. Just really an unlucky break. It gets batted to the line. And Brooks comes down with it. And now DeMarcus Ayers going to take the kick from about the 10. And with some room to run, tries to make a move. And once again takes it to 32. So, San Antonio, good starting field position again. But now they're down by 12. And let's see what they can do Offensively, outcoming Logan Woodside 0 for 1 with a pick 6. And yeah, I mean, really not entirely his fault on that play, just a bad break. And now on the season, that was his second interception of the season, which his first did come against San Diego. So let's see if they can correct it on this drive and try to get something going. 1st and 10, it's Kenneth Farrow up the middle, and he only picks up about 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Let's take a look at the San Antonio offense. This is a team that has a lot of talent. The offensive line has played pretty good through the first couple of weeks. And then you got all these weapons. Kenneth Farrow, one of the best running backs in this league. I mean, this guy can run the football. I'm trying to get a look at his stats really quick. On the season so far, only 68 yards, but he really has not gotten a lot of production. Not a lot of carries either. Wide receivers, you got Mikhail McKay, Greg Ward, DeMarcus Ayers, Evan Rodriguez. Is the tight end position. A lot of weapons for Logan Woodside. Let's see if he can utilize them. 2nd and 8 now from the 34. On the ground, it's Farrow trying to bounce to the outside and is eaten up. Great tackle made. That's Ryan Muller, the safety, getting in there and pushing him back about a yard. And San Antonio, they are not looking very good right now. All hands on deck for the San Diego Fleet, though. And this is a rivalry that we really expected to be more competitive. But again, week 1, that was pretty much all San Diego. And we're about 4 minutes into this game, and it's been all San Diego once again. Big 3rd and 9. Can the Commanders pick it up and get something going? Back to throw is Woodside. Heavy blitz from San Diego. He's got to get rid of the football. He will. And it's intercepted again. Picked off Ryan Muller, the safety. I guess he was just touched down, but how about that? Logan Woodside has thrown his 2nd interception of the day. And the San Diego Fleet take over at the Commanders' 40. Wow, this game could not be going any worse. And why would you throw that? Just throw it away, punt the football. Because now the defense is going to have hardly any motivation to stop the Fleet taking over the football at the 40. I mean, of course they're going to do what they can, but it's very difficult when the ball gets handed to your opponent in your own territory. 1st and 10 from the 40. Let's see if San Diego can score the most points ever in an AAF simulated quarter. What a disastrous start for Logan Woodside. 2 picks. On the ground, it's Terrell Watson, and he takes it inside the 40 to the 38. And now we're going to get a look at this San Antonio defense. A defense has not been playing good. Lots of weapons. There's really no excuses. You got Joey Embu and Winston Craig on the line. You've got Shane Washington, Austin Larkin, Nick Temple at the linebacker position. And then the cornerbacks. Look at this secondary. Devontae Bosby, Deron Smith, Zach Sanchez. There's really no excuses for San Antonio to be performing so poorly defensively. And they just got to find a way to turn this thing around quickly. We still have 3.5 quarters to play. And they might be going down by 3 scores. 2nd and 8 from the 38. See the play call is from Mike Martz. Off play action has worked with perfection so far. Going deep and wide open is Nelson Spruce into the red zone, the 15. Mike Bergevici having another impressive day. 3 for 3, 69 yards. And again, he's one of those guys that has just been shockingly incredible in this league. And San Antonio has been quite disappointing to start. Absolutely horrendous start for this Commanders defense that really just can't do anything to stop this team whatsoever. 1st and 10 now from the 15. The Fleet. They are rolling. All receivers spread wide right now for Bercovici, so we know what's coming. Unless it's a QB sneak. 1st and 10 from the 15. Back to throw is Bercovici with time. Going to the end zone. It's caught by, actually dropped. Brian Brown unable to hang on with the contact, and finally a play made by the Commanders. Brings up 2nd and 10 now from the 15. And the Commanders, their defense needs to find some way to make it stop. You think right now, if you can hold San Diego to a field goal, it's still a 2-score game. You march down and score a touchdown, you can get yourself right back into it. 2nd and 10. Bercovici screens it out to Gardner. Picks up about 2 on the play, so it brings up a big 3rd and 8 from the 13. And yeah, like I just mentioned, if this defense can just somehow find a way to make a stand, I I mean, that would be an impressive stand considering what San Diego has done here in this first quarter. All receivers spread wide again, and this is where San Diego beats San Antonio. When they spread those wide receivers out, they just can't cover all of them. And they bring a heavy blitz to the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. Marcus Ball, the tight end, gets his first reception of the day, and it's a touchdown. And San Diego continues to pile on the points with 3 touchdowns in this first quarter. This is a blowout, and we're what, 6.5 minutes in this game? This is going to be a long day for San Antonio. Marcus Ball, what a catch by him, and he had a phenomenal week 1 against San Antonio. Let's take a look at his stats really quick. 6 receptions, 128 yards, and touchdown. Got a second touchdown of the year right now. Bergavici down for the 2-point conversion. Shoots it to the end zone. What a catch! Brian Brown one-hands it. And the Fleets with a 20-0 lead. And they have scored the most points ever in an AAF Simulated quarter so far. 20-0. I am shocked by how this game has gone. And I mean, I know it's the first quarter. It's 3:38. It's not like you can make any predictions right now. But I don't see how San Antonio can possibly win this game. They're playing horrendous. And this is an embarrassment to the San Antonio Commanders fan base. Kickoff underway. Hageman sends it away. DeMarcus Ayers on to return it for the 3rd time today. And breaks a couple tackles trying to get through. And it's the kicker who takes him down. Hageman gets him at the 35. But 1 second, I'm going to take a note on Woodside. 2 passes, 2 interceptions. You know, anything can happen in a football game. If those of you that watch the XFL, we saw Landry Jones for the Dallas Renegades throw 3 first quarter picks against the Houston Roughnecks, and then they still almost won that game. So, nothing's over yet, and that's a nice throw. Good pass, that's Mikkel McKay across the middle to the 47, and let's see if San Antonio can start putting together a drive. But yeah, as I was saying, a quarterback, we've seen it many times. Quarterbacks start playing horrible. They turn things around and they either get it close or they win the game. So we're very early in the game. Can't make any predictions, but right now you're down 20-0. You need to make something happen fast. Back to throw. Blitz. And a terrible throw from Woodside. I don't even know who he's going to. Let's take a look at the San Diego defense. A group that's been playing phenomenal football. Miles Nash, DeMarche Moore, the ends. They are fierce. Look at these linebackers, though. Frank Ginda, AJ Tarpley, John Lodueli. These guys have been playing phenomenal football this season. And then Demetrius, right? Cameron Kelly is a guy that he had the pick in week 1. And Ryan Muller right there next to Ron Brooks. Those 2 guys have picks. Ron Brooks with the pick 6. I mean, this has not been Woodside's day. 2nd and 10 now from the 47. Plenty of football left to play. Anything is possible. Especially in Madden simulations. 2nd and 10 now from the 47. See what the Commanders can put together. On the ground, Farrell trying to make something happen, but taken down immediately. Excellent tackling outside by the Fleet. That's Jordan Martin, the cornerback. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11 for the Commanders. And look at this, like, the Commanders are just not blocking for Farrell at all. Like, there's just nowhere for him to go, and I know on the season, he's got, like, what, 70 yards? But a lot of that isn't his fault. He's just been met so quickly in the backfield. Mike Riley has not done a good job figuring the offensive line issues out. And San Antonio, 3rd and 11 now from the 46. See if they can make something happen. Back to throw is Woodside with time. Has to let it go. Goes deep. And is that caught? It is. What a grab by DeMarcus Ayers down at San Diego's 32. So the drive stays alive. It's a 22-yard reception. And the Commanders trying to make something happen. This is a great throw from Woodside and a nice catch by Ayers. And see, this is what I don't understand. We know Woodside can make these throws. How come he doesn't make these throws more often? We hardly saw him do it last week. We didn't see him do it much in week 1. And in this game, that was the first one that was actually... That is his first good throw of the entire game. 1st and 10 now from San Diego's 32, and that makes things a little bit easier right now. Let's see if they can put together a drive and finish it off. Kenneth Farrell up the middle, Breaking tackles into the 24. Nice gain in the play. Brings up 2nd and 2, and the Commanders putting together a pretty good drive. You're Logan Woodside again. You know, Logan Woodside, he's got to put those 2 picks behind him. Right now, find the end zone. Take command of your team. And put them on your back and make some plays. 2nd and 2 now from the 24. Love to see them go with play action here, but we'll see what the play call is from Riley. They pitch it out to Farrow, and that is going to go absolutely nowhere. Ron Brooks, 5-yard loss, and that did not work out at all. Brooks had the pick 6 earlier, and now makes a huge play that might just stuff this drive. And that's tough for San Antonio. Look at it, he's just completely unblocked, and of course, you have to expect that there's going to be those one-on-one matches on a pitch like that. But Kenneth Farrow's got to do a better job recognizing Ron Brooks coming in and just trying to find a way to get back to the line of scrimmage, not losing all those yards. All receivers spread wide for Logan Woodside. You think if he takes a sack here, they might even be out of field goal range. We'll see. 3rd and 7. Woodside back to throw. All day. He's got to get rid of it. Lets it go deep towards the end zone, and it's knocked away. Incomplete in the direction of DeMarcus Ayers. And that's going to bring up 4th and 7 from the 29, and I'd assume Nick Rose comes out to at least get them points. It's just, the Commanders just have nothing right now. I mean, DeMarcus Ayers is sitting there for a few seconds, and I don't know why Woodside doesn't throw that football earlier, but, like, you gotta think, you've got Greg Ward, you've got Mikhail McKay, you've got DeMarcus Ayers, and that's all you can come up with? 46-yard field goal attempt right now for Nick Rose. Field goal is on its way, and it is good. So San Antonio at least gets on the board. Nick Rose knocks it through, and it's a 20-3 ball game here with 26 seconds left in the first quarter. Wild. It's crazy that I'm so mind-blown by the fact that San Diego's put up 20 points there in that first quarter. You know, it's good for the Commanders that they at least got on the board, but they're still down by 3 scores. And it's a drive like that, you've got to find a way to march it down and get it in the end zone. And Logan Woodside, he's got to start putting the team on his back. Back in week 1 against San Diego, they didn't score a touchdown until the 4th quarter. And by that point, it was pretty much game over. And then in week 2 against Orlando, they had a great drive, marched down, scored on a nice run by David Cobb. But generally speaking, Logan Woodside has had a difficult time getting into the end zone, as we saw right there. Nick Rose sends it away back to receivers Ron Brooks, and he will take a knee in the end zone. So we'll see what San Diego can put together on this drive. I mean, they have 3 straight scores. Mike Bercovici has thrown 2 touchdowns in this ball game already. This has been a great day for him. He's got 8 touchdowns on the season. This is just the 3rd week, fellas. Who would have thought? 1st and 10 now from the 25. On the ground as Gardner runs into his own man and then taken down in the backfield. Brings up 2nd and 9. Tyrone Holmes on the tackle, and that's most likely the last play here this first quarter in a game that has been all San Diego so far, 20-3. Man, time running down, and I don't think we'll see Bercovici call this. We'll see. Maybe they'll get it off, but they won't. So that will take us to the second quarter. 20-3, the hometown Fleet putting on a show there in that first quarter, and the Commanders have got to figure out a way to turn this around quickly. Defensively, they have done absolutely nothing to stop the Fleet. Mike Bercovici, they need a turnover, they need a pick 6, they need something to get their team some sort of momentum. 2nd and 9 now from the 26. Off play action, Bercovici with all day. There's no pressure. Deep man, wide open is Nelson Spruce. To the Commanders 45. Bercovici, 6 for 7, 113 yards and 2 touchdowns, and San Diego is just unstoppable. Wow. Well, how about that? Nelson Spruce is just so wide open, and I do not understand how San Antonio can't find a way to cover these guys. There was nobody there. No one. Man, Yeah, San Diego might be the first team to score 50 points. First and 10 now from the 45. Back to throw. Pump fake from Berkovici. They're bringing pressure, yet they can't get there. Backing up and finally taken down by Austin Larkin. I mean, San Antonio is bringing 6, 7 guys, and it still takes them like 7 seconds to get to the quarterback. And I don't know how it can take them this long. Look, they're bringing a house. And Larkin finally gets around as Mike Berkovici holds on to the football way too long. But man, I mean, San Antonio just kind of seems inept right now. I don't know. This is a huge game, and they're hardly playing at all. It's a good play by Austin Larkin. I'm not trying to downplay that. But it's just unbelievable how poor all around they're just playing week in and week out so far. 2nd and 18. Off play action. Berkovici to throw. Deep across the middle. Man wide open. First down. That's Nelson Spruce again. It's like every time Berkovici drops back to throw, there's someone open for him. And it's not check downs. These are deep passes. Nelson Spruce, 3rd catch, 73 yards. Mike Riley. This is just embarrassing for San Antonio. But also goes to show that San Diego really can dominate. And goes to show that at not 2-1 yet, but I can't believe I'm saying that with 8 minutes in the second quarter. Man. Off play action again, rolling out. Berkovici just misses his man looking for Marcus Baugh. Just his second incompletion of the game, and it's insane that Mike Berkovici has thrown 8 touchdowns and no interceptions. You got Garrett Gilbert on the Apollos who's thrown for 7 touchdowns and no picks. Aaron Murray's thrown 7 touchdowns and 1 interception. He's on the Legends. Berkovici outdoing them both. 2nd and 10 now from the 33. Off play action again. Why not? All day. Deep man down the field, and he missed him. Incomplete, looking for Spruce. Second inaccurate pass there from Berkovici. It brings up 3rd and 10 from the 33. And can San Antonio's defense finally get a stop? I mean, both of those plays should have been big chunk yardage had Berkovici put the ball on the money. So it's not like San Antonio's defense did anything on those last 2 plays. 3rd and 10 from the 33. See what Berkovici can do for the Fleet. Back to throw all day, as usual. And he's got to find a way to get rid of it. He's going to go to the end zone. Throwing up a prayer and it's knocked away. Good play there by Curtis Drummond. Gets a hand on it, and San Diego is most likely going to have to send out the field goal unit. And this is the type of play where San Antonio, they make a good play, finally. And that's just a terrible decision by Berkovici, but that's the type of play where Curtis Drummond, go up and play for the football. Make the interception. Because that just gives your offense a little bit boost to like, hey, we had a turnover. Let's march down and score and pull this game close. Now, Donnie Hageman can, I'm sure he can knock through his 50-yarder. We'll see, but he's got a good leg. Let's see if he can knock through 50-yard field goal attempt. The kick is on its way, and it's off the crossbar. No good. Donnie Hageman is short. That is tough. A great drive from San Diego, and it results in no points. I mean, I know 50 yards is tough field goal to make, but that's disappointing for Mike Martz. And now, can Logan Woodside find a way to get the San Antonio score? I mean, you're down 20-3. You march down and score a touchdown. And, you know, you're in a couple of scores, and you start to think, I mean, you get the ball for the second half. This game is not out of reach, of course. I mean, we got 7.5 minutes in the second quarter. So, can they put the drive together is the question. Off-play action is Woodside. Time to throw, and almost picked off again. Not even close to his man, and this is just disastrous so far for Logan Woodside. Second and 10 coming up from the 40. see what the play call is. On the ground, it's Farrell trying to get to the outside. Stumbles and taken down behind the line. What a play. DeMontre Moore gets in there, along with AJ Tarpley. 3rd and 10 coming up. And this, this is what I'm saying. I don't understand how the Commanders, with all the weapons that they have, after a missed field goal, this is an opportunity to grab momentum, and they're doing absolutely nothing. 3rd and 10 from the 39. Woodside to throw. Pressured, lets it go. He's got a man wide open. It's DeMarcus Ayers into San Diego territory. And finally, once again, a decent play. A couple of the only positive plays from today so far for San Antonio has been Woodside to Ayers. And Woodside makes a nice throw there. Able to escape the pressure and get it over Jordan Martin, who, I don't know what he was biting for, but it's a good play. And for the Commanders, like, where is that more often? Where are those plays on 1st and 2nd down? Where's the chunk yardage that San Diego is getting on those big plays at Nelson Spruce? You know what I mean? Like, they've got to find a way to put this stuff together. And they've got to find a way to get Kenneth Farrell some room to run. Back to throw. Blitz from San Diego. Goes to the outside. He's got a man, and it's caught. Greg Ward. San Diego's 31. So the Commanders starting to put together a bit of a drive here. Pretty much in field goal range now. So, you think if the Commanders can march down and score a touchdown, somehow hold San Diego from getting any more points before half, and then get it for half. This game, again, it's not... We got 5.5 minutes in the 2nd quarter. I can't believe I'm talking like it's the 4th, but with the way San Antonio's looked, it's hard not to. Back to throw is Woodside. Steps up in the pocket. He's got to get rid of it. Deep across the middle. Man wide open is caught. Evan Rodriguez to the 5. And San Antonio finally, with a big play. What the heck? They were doing the mannequin challenge. Evan Rodriguez makes a great catch and a great route. And gets tangled up with AJ Tarpley. They gotta realize that trend is about 4 years old now. 1st and goal coming up from the 5. Mike Riley, his team's finally putting together something, and here's where it just be typical San Antonio fashion with like a pick 6 happen right now. 1st and goal from the 5. See what they decide to do on 1st down. It's a handoff. Kenneth Farrell bouncing to the outside, and he's into the end zone for the Commanders' touchdown. Touchdown, San Antonio, and they make it 20-9. So starting to chip away at that lead. Kenneth Farrell runs it in for his 2nd score of the year. That's a big touchdown. That is a big-time touchdown for San Antonio. Kenneth Farrell, back in week... The funny thing is, actually, back in week 1 against San Diego, he had the similar thing. Their first touchdown of the season came... Actually, never mind. That was David Cobb. I got them mixed up. My bad. 2-point conversion. Big 2-point conversion right now for the Commanders. Can they convert? They've not been good this season. Back to the road. Woodside. Lets it rip. Knocked away. AJ Tarpley able to stop that one from being converted. And the Commanders once again struggle. Last week they were 2 for 2. But in week 1 against... San Diego, they were 0 for 3. I'm using the AAF sheets to look at all these stats, and sometimes the comments get a little bit glitchy. That's why if you guys hear me stutter or hesitate for a second, it's because I'm trying to get this thing to work on my phone, and sometimes it can be a real pain. Big drive for San Antonio to make it 20-9, and now we've got ourselves a little bit of a ball game. Kenneth Farrell with a great run. Tough that they couldn't convert on the 2, but it's still a 2-score game. Field goal, touchdown, 2-point conversion, and is tied. Those 2-point conversions really play a big part of these games, and we've seen teams lose by 4, 6 points, and it's all because of those 2-point conversions. Nick Rose sends it away, back to receive. Brian Brown, he's got room to run, and takes it to the 30. So good starting field position for the Fleet, and let's see what they can do offensively. And let's take a look right now at Mike Bercovici, who's just having himself one heck of a game. Nelson Spruce all over the place. Nelson Spruce on a big catch there. Nelson Spruce on another big catch right here. They faked me out by showing Bercovici and then running Nelson Spruce highlights, but hey, he's having himself a day. And Big gain so far. The Fleet up 29. Let's see what they can do. San Antonio, 9 points now. Can they get a defensive stop when they need it? On the ground is Jaquan Gardner. Takes it to the 37. That's a nice pickup of 7 on first down. Gardner, 5 carries, 36 yards. That's the production you want to see from your go-to guy at the running back position. And again, the San Diego Fleet offense has been phenomenal. 33 points in week 1, 28 in week 2, although they couldn't come up with the win. And 20 in the first quarter of this game. Missed field goal, though. Leaves them scoreless in the second quarter. See what they can do on this drive to try to pull back ahead over San Antonio. 2nd and 3 now from the 37. In motion is Nelson Spruce. To throw. Berkovici pressured. Lets it go across the middle. Is dropped. Nelson Spruce unable to hang on. Brings up a big 3rd and 3 right now for the Fleet. This is a big 3rd down. If the Commander defense can find a way to come up with a stop, that would be huge. They can march down and score before the half and at least bring this within a 1-score game after going down 20-0 early. 3rd and 3. See what the play call is from Mike Martz, head coach of the San Diego Fleet. Big 3rd down. Back to throw is Berkovici. With time. Man wide open and he missed him. Nelson Spruce, a little miscommunication, and the Fleet are going to have to punt the ball away. I don't know what was going on here, but Nelson Spruce and Berkovici not on the same page. And Sam Irwin Hill is going to have to come on for his first punt of the day, and with a little over 3.5 minutes to go, San Antonio has plenty of time to score a touchdown, or at least a field goal. We'll see if their offense can put it together. Irwin Hill punted away and should be in good position to boom them pretty deep. We'll see. And that is a good punt. Oh, it's a beauty. Down at the 7. Sam Irwin Hill with one of the best punts you'll see. Look at this. It just sticks the landing and just plops down at the 7. It's exactly what you want to see. I mean, even, you know, you have a few more yards there before the end zone, but sometimes with those rolls, they end up going to the end zone. The special teams can't get down there. That's a perfect punt. That really is a perfect punt. And now out comes San Antonio. They scored a touchdown. Now they have to go 93 yards, and I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in this offense. They got to if they march down here, I'll have more. Woodside back to throw. Quick pass to the outside, and it's knocked away, looking for Cam Clear, who had the go-ahead touchdown last week. Game-winning touchdown, actually, in fact, off that PI. 2nd and 10 now from the 7. Second and 10 from the 7, and now what San Antonio has to do here is at least run a little bit of the clock off. Even if they don't score, ideally they will, but if they can at least run the clock down where San Diego doesn't have time to score before half, that'll at least keep them in this ball game. They go on the ground. Farrow trying to find a lane. Got some room to the outside. Makes a move. Kenneth Farrow. What a run. And a flag. Looks like we're going to face mask on top of it. Wow. So that's on Ryan Moeller, who had the interception earlier, and that'll push San Antonio to midfield just like that. Huge run from Kenneth Farrow, and I guess they didn't like the hit on him going out of bounds. You know, it's always a controversial call. San Antonio gets it to go their way, and now the Commanders... can the Commanders make something happen now? 1st and 10 from the 48. Big run from Farrow. Blitz from San Diego. Quick across the middle. It's McKay into San Diego territory. On Woodside, he's thrown 2 interceptions. You know, started the game with two picks on his first 2 attempts. Starting to string together a couple decent-looking drives. And the Commanders are wildly in this ball game after going down 20-9. Second and 4, and they give it to Farrow, and how about the tackle? What a play in the backfield by A.J. Tarpley. He has been a beast at that linebacker position the last couple of weeks, and he makes a huge play there, and defense does not get enough love in this league. It's hard to keep track of all of their stats. Last week he had 7 tackles and a tackle for loss, and then in week 1, he had a few tackles as well. Huge 3rd and 6 for the Commanders. They need to pick this up. Back to throw is Woodside. Blitz from San Diego. Pressure holds up. got a man. It's caught. Mikael McKay inside the 40 to 39, and that should take us to the 2-minute warning. What a play by San Antonio, and they are starting to put together a comeback after going down 20 to nothing in that first quarter. Score 9 points, and now inside San Diego's 40 here. You think if they can put together a score here, they get the ball for half. So can the Commanders put it together is the question at the 39, 2 minutes, and all 3 timeouts. And we'll see what the Commanders can do. 1st and 10 coming up from the 39. It's been a crazy first half of this ball game. You open up, San Diego marches down, scores a touchdown. You got a pick 6 on the very next play. It's been all San Diego for the most part. 1st and 10 now from the 39. Woodside back to throw with plenty of time. Whips it. That's man wide open. It's complete. Kenneth Farrow to the 31. San Antonio's got to keep it moving here. Time is a factor. We've seen it in the past. These Madden simulations do not know how to manage time. So there is a good chance that San Antonio's in field goal range, but don't actually kick a field goal. Nice little route, though. Now they got to get back to the line. And Logan Woodside, first 2 attempts of this game, 2 interceptions, including a pick 6. Since then, he's tightened things up. And that's what good quarterbacks do. They learn from their mistakes. They move on. 2nd and 1 now from the 31. See what the play call is from Mike Riley. Back to throw is Woodside. Plenty of time. Got a man open across the middle. It's complete, and that's a pickup of about 6 yards to DeMarcus Ayers. Brings up 1st and 10 now from the 24. Time continuing to be a factor. Time running down. And the Commanders... these Madden simulations really annoy me. What's going to happen is going to run down to like about 101. And then they're going to call a timeout. Actually, they might get this play off. 1st and 10 from the 24. Back to throw is Woodside. San Diego backs off with the pressure. Woodside's got to get rid of it. He throws it, and that's just out of bounds, and it's not a good play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 now from the 24. But the wild thing is that the Commanders are actually in this ball game. San Diego, again, march right down, score touchdown, get the 2-point they missed a 2-point conversion, then the pick 6 on the very next play, then he's intercepted again, and they score a touchdown, they go up 20 to nothing. But since then, San Antonio has just been chipping away here in this second quarter. Back to throw is Woodside with time. That is knocked away and incomplete. Good breakup on the play by Cameron Kelly. We had a couple of huge plays back in when these teams played back in week 1. He had the interception that kind of iced the game for San Diego. 3rd and 10, and honestly, if you're San Antonio, you're hoping that they do not convert here. Just kick the field goal, make it 20 to 12 before half. If they convert and don't score a touchdown, there's a really good chance that they don't come away with any points. Back to throw is Woodside. With time, going to the end zone. It's picked off! Intercepted by Xavier Coleman. That's Woodside's 3rd pick of the game. That's the one thing he couldn't do, and he did it. Why in the world would he throw that into basically triple coverage? 3rd pick of the day, and that's a crusher for San Antonio. Not going to come away with any points after starting this drive from their own 7. Looking for DeMarcus Ayers, and it's just a bad thrown ball. Xavier Coleman goes up, makes a huge play on this football. And a terrible decision. Mike Bercovici having himself a nice day. 7 for 13, 134 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And now the fleet. That's big. That is huge. San Antonio could have made it a 1-score game, and they should have. Terrible decision by Logan Woodside. He throws his 4th interception of the year. 3rd of this game. 1st and 10, Bercovici whips it across the middle. Man wide open is Nelson Spruce to the 40. And they're going to use the timeout. And San Diego has time to score. See what they can do. We'll see how aggressive Mike Marks wants to be. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 now from the 40 for the San Diego Fleet. 47 seconds, 2 timeouts. They get a couple plays to the outside. We'll see. 1st and 10. And Mike Bercovici has just thrown over offenses pretty much every week so far. 1st and 10, big blitz, and Bercovici's going to go down. Deron Smith, the safety, able to get in there. Make a big play. The Commanders get it for the second half, so it's not like this game is over. But that pick really crushes them because they could have gotten right back in the game with a field goal, come out in the second half, score a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion, and it's a tie game. So, of course, they're not out of it. We got a whole half to play. Big play from Deron Smith. One of the best safeties in this league, and San Antonio's defense has had a rough go here in this first half, giving up 20 points in the first quarter. Granted, some of those came off a pick six. 2nd and 18 now as time runs down, and don't think San Diego plans on doing much here in the final seconds. Back to throw is Berkovici, just going to screen it out. That's caught by Gardner. Tries to make a move, taken down at 45, and that's how we'll go to the second half. Big plays by Mike Berkovici and the San Diego Fleet here at home with a 20-9 lead as we go into the halftime. The San Antonio Commanders, they looked better there in the second quarter, but Logan Woodside has got to stop making those crushing mistakes that really killed the Commanders. They're 1-1. Both these teams 1-1. Both these teams really need this win to try to gain some traction in the AAF West. We'll be back in just a second. Here in this halftime report, we just want to let you all know that we did just drop some merch. Yes, the AAF Simulated has merch. You can check out the Teespring store down in the description below. We've got a few shirts, more designs on the way. So if you want to support the channel, get some cool merch, go ahead, check that out. Welcome back right now to San Diego. The Fleet up 20-9. San Antonio will be getting the ball here for the second half, but again, one of the main things of this game has been Logan Woodside's interceptions. First two pass attempts, a pick six, and then a pick at their own 40, which set up San Diego with another touchdown. And now on a great drive from their own 7, they get all the way down to the 24, and he puts up a ridiculous pass to the end zone that really didn't have much of a chance, and squander 3 points that would have been huge. But we'll see what they can do here in the second half. Still have faith in Logan Woodside to turn things around. Donnie Hageman sends it away. Back to receive DeMarcus Ayers from about the 9-yard line. And he's got room to run past the 30 up to the 33. So good starting field position for the Commanders. And now we'll see how resilient Logan Woodside can be. 9 of 18, 120 yards, and 3 first-half interceptions. This has not been a good game for Logan Woodside. And it's times like these where the good get separated from the bad. 1st and 10 from their own 33. Let's see what the play call is on first down. Back to throw. Woodside knocked away. Another dangerous throw. With almost his 4th pick of the game. His completion percentage is now under 50% in this game. Not the type of play you want to start off with in the second half. You've got to just command. March down the field. Put together a solid drive. Score a touchdown. Get yourself back in this game. Logan Woodside has really struggled today, as he did in week 1. 2nd and 10 now from the 33. On the ground is Kenneth Farrow, trying to make a move, but it goes absolutely nowhere. Ron Brooks. He's been all over the place today. He had the pick six, had a couple tackles in the backfield, gets another one there. This San Diego Fleet defense, they have all hands on deck right now. Huge 3rd and 10 right now for the Commanders. You'd think, if they don't pick this up, San Diego gets the ball back, they score again, I'd say it's game over. 3rd and 10. Can the Commanders get this conversion? Back to throw is Woodside. With time, steps up, and intercepted again! Picked off by Cameron Kelly. He had the pick in week 1. That's his 2nd int of the season. And the San Diego Fleet pick him off for the 4th time today. This has been an absolute nightmare for Logan Woodside. It's amazing that it's 20-9. Should be about 35-0. Look at this catch. Cameron Kelly lays out for it. Huge play. And we go back to his week 1 performance against San Antonio. Cameron Kelly had 11 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and an interception. Playing a great game today. So is Mike Berkovici. 1st and 10 now from their own 47. Again, great field position handed to them from a bad interception. Berkovici ripped to the sidelines. Man wide open is complete. Nelson Spruce, 1st down. This Fleet offensive attack is very difficult to stop. Brings up 1st and 10 now. Already into San Antonio territory. And yeah, it's kind of what I said. If San Antonio couldn't score, if San Diego gets the ball here, marches down, and those are just 2 crushing picks from Woodside now. You thought we could bounce back from the first 2, but instead he's thrown 2 more. 1st and 10, back to throw, Berkovici. What is he going to do? Danger throw, it's intercepted! Picked off by Devontae Bowsby! And the San Antonio Commanders get the first pick of Berkovici's season. That's Bowsby making a huge play. Wow, that changes things. Look at this. Devontae Bowsby, he's struggled this season, but look at this play. Gets both the feet down. Dantes Ford kind of just goes out of bounds. And Bowsby with a huge interception. Here comes Logan Woodside. 9 of 20. 120 yards and 4 interceptions. I mean, you have played the worst possible game you have played, yet your team is only down by 11 points. If he can't figure out a way to put it together here, he's for sure getting benched next week. Back to throw with Woodside. With time, deep to the sidelines. It's complete, and Greg Ward takes it to the 45. 1st and 10 coming up from the 45. It's amazing that this ball game is still even a game. It's still exciting to watch, and it should be a blowout for San Diego right now. And it was. They were up 20-0. San Antonio just hanging around with some of these. Yeah, the missed field goal from San Diego. Now an interception for Berkovici, his first of the season. He's thrown 8 touchdowns, only 1 pick though. 1st and 10 now. Woodside to throw. Dumps it off the middle. It's complete. What a move. Big time play by Evan Rodriguez, the tight end. Sets up 2nd and inches now at the Fleet 45. And this is where it hurts so much that Woodside threw that pick when they had an easy field goal. It could be 20-12 right now, and they could be marching to try to tie up the game. Granted, they're trying to march to get themselves back in the game, but mistakes like that haunt you in the end. On the ground is Farrow. Easy 1st down and more. Takes it down to the 42. Kenneth Farrow, he's had an up-and-down season. He's really struggled because the offensive line for San Antonio has not given him much opportunity to run. But he had that touchdown earlier to make it 20-9. I think, can San Antonio start stringing things together right now and at least make this more of a ball game? Logan Woodside, 4 interceptions, and we're not even halfway through the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from the 42. On the ground, Farrow with a big hole. What a move by Farrow, barreling over Ron Brooks. Brings up 2nd and 3 now from the 35. Picks up about 6 or 7 on the play. Ron Brooks has had a couple nice tackles there in the backfield, and he had the pick, but that time Kenneth Farrow showed that he was the boss. 2nd and 4 now from the 35. San Antonio getting into field goal range, which is big. I mean, a field goal puts them within 1 score. They should have had it there before half, but a field goal here would at least help out a lot. Logan Woodside cannot turn over the football or take a sack. Big blitz from San Diego. Man wide open is complete. Greg Ward. Big completion into the red zone to the 18. And there's a big play. Greg Ward having himself a pretty nice day. 3rd catch of the day for him. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 18. And let's see what San Antonio can put together. Mike Riley. I am amazed that the Commanders can score a touchdown and only be down by a few points. And Ward, if he was able to slip that tackle of Ron Brooks there, I think he would have taken it to the house. 1st and 10 coming up from the 18. Let's see what the play call is. Last week they had a really good run with a pitch to David Cobb. I wonder if they try to do that again. 1st and 10 now from the 18. On the ground is Farrow with room to run. Kenneth Farrow barreling all the way down to the 4. He's having himself a really good day. Really one of the only bright spots of this Commanders offense today. Has a touchdown earlier, and that's huge. 1st and goal from the 4, and I have no idea how San Antonio is in a position to make this a 1-score game, but they are. Cameron Kelly gets bulldozed. See what Mike Riley decides to do. Is he going to let Woodside throw? I mean, I don't know. It would stink if you kept it on the ground and didn't get to the end zone, but we'll see. San Diego Fleet has had a good defense down here in the red zone. Off the way action, Farrow, is he in? Oh, he's down at the 1. That was awfully close. I like that play call. That was a beautifully designed play by Mike Riley. Fake the end around to Rodriguez. Kind of throw off that defense a bit. 2nd and goal now from the 1. Now what do? Do you run it back up the middle? Do you go with a little play action? And he's in shotgun. Imagine if Woodside threw his 5th pick right now. That would be heartbreaking. 2nd and goal now from the 1. He will throw. Blitz from San Diego. Gotta get rid of it. Cross the middle and misses his man. That is tough. Evan Rodriguez was open, and now 3rd and goal from the 1. I mean, you think you score a touchdown, you get right back in this game. A field goal would be tough. Logan Woodside, he has thrown 4 interceptions this game. But San Antonio is only down by 11 points. 3rd and goal from the 1. See what Mike Riley decides to call. And it also stink if they were held to an 18-yard field goal here. On the ground, trying to find the end zone, and Farrow does! Touchdown, San Antonio! Kenneth Farrow finds the end zone for the second time today, and the Commanders make it a 5-point game. This is incredible. And I like the play call. You know, give it to Farrow. Give it to the guy who's been making the most plays this game. And the offensive line does a great job of just getting some push up there. And Lordoelli unable to make the tackle before Farrow gets to the goal line. And this is a big 2-point conversion. Huge 2-point conversion right now. Pull it within 3 and make it a field goal game. See what the play call is for Mike Riley. Lewis side to throw. He's got a man open. It is caught. The 2-point conversion is good and is 20-17. The Commanders have fought back from being down 20-0. They've put up with 4 interceptions, including a pick 6 from Logan Woodside. Yet they're only down by 3 points, which is absolutely wild. I seriously cannot believe that this is still a football game. Nice grab by Farrow to the outside. 3:42 to play in this third quarter. Plenty of time. Mike Bergovici's had a great day, but the Fleet have not been able to score the last couple of plays. Last couple of drives, excuse me. Mike Riley. I mean, his team started this game the worst it could have possibly gone. Nick Rose. He'll kick it away. Back to receive is Brian Brown. And he will take it out of the end zone. Looking for some blockers, looking for a lane. Nice return up to the 28, and that's where the Fleet will take over with the football with 3:38. They have not scored since the first quarter, which is wild. It really is nuts. Their offense has hardly even been stopped. Nelson Spruce, 5 catches, 104 yards. He's having a great day. They move the football really well. It's just they haven't been able to get points. You had the missed field goal in the second quarter, the interception by Devontae Bowsby. Can this Commanders defense come up with another stop? On the ground is Gardner. Bursting up the middle for a gain of 4. 6 carries, 40 yards. Gardner making his presence known. 2nd and 6 now from the 32. And back in week 1 when these teams played, San Diego had a really good offense going. Mike Bergovich was playing really well, but it was mainly because Gardner was playing so well. 17 carries, 87 yards in week 1. It allowed Mike Bergovich to do that play action that worked so well. I'd see Mike Marsh go back to the running game a little bit more right now and let Gardner run over some of these defenders. 2nd and 6 in motion is Nelson Spruce. Back to throws is Bergovici. All day. Lets it rip. It's complete. Marcus Ball, the tight end. First down for San Diego to the 47. Big reception for Ball. Ball had the touchdown earlier to give him a 20-0 lead. Makes a nice reception there. And again, back in week 1 when these teams played, Marcus Ball had 6 catches, 128 yards on a touchdown. He was unstoppable. Today he's been contained a little bit more with a couple of big catches. And right now, I mean, granted, the Commanders' defense has not played great, but they've done a pretty dang good job considering you've had to deal with a pick 6, 2 interceptions that handed San Diego the football right in your own territory. So they held up pretty well considering. Off-play action, Bergovici in trouble. Larkin hits him. How in the world did he get that off to Dantes Ford? That was ridiculous. Sets him up first down to 35. Larkin was all over him, and Dantes Ford somehow able to come down with that reception. Wow. What a throw, and Dantes Ford just wide open. San Antonio cannot allow that to happen. I mean, it's a good throw from Bergovici, but if one of those defenders is stepping up and running towards that football, it could be a pick 6 the other way. Brings up 1st and 10 now from the 35. Great field position. San Diego, they haven't scored since the first quarter. See if they can make it happen here. Expect to see Gardner maybe here taking it up the left side. Or they might go back to play action. And it is Gardner up the left side. And he gets blasted. Good tackle there by Devontae Bowsby. Oh, that was Terrell Watson on the counter. Brings up 2nd and 9 from the 34. So you think if San Antonio can maybe, if San Antonio can hold San Diego to a field goal here, that would be a win. Because then you win the game with a touchdown. So it's amazing this is a 3-point game. And you think if Logan Woodside doesn't throw that interception before the half, it's a tie game right now. 2nd and 9 now from the 34. Off play action. Bergovici pressured. Gotta get rid of the football. He will. Deep shot down the field, and it's almost picked off. Great play by Bowsby, who has had the interception before. A couple nice tackles. This is a huge 3rd and 9. Donnie Hageman missed a 50-yard field goal earlier in the second quarter. You don't know. Will he hit it from 51? I don't know. Hit off the crossbar and was no good. 3rd and 9 from the 34. This is a huge play for both of these teams. This play could just decide the way the rest of this game goes. San Antonio only brings 4. Whips it across the middle. Man wide open. 1st down. What a play. Huge reception out there to... is that Francis Owusu? It is. That's his first catch of the season, and it comes at a really timely spot for the Fleet. Francis Owusu. I haven't seen him all year. Big catch. Sets him up in the red zone at the 12, and there's a big-time play for San Diego. This offense continues to move the sticks when they need to. And they don't want a repeat of last week. They were beating Atlanta 20-9 last week, and then they blew that game, lost 34-28. Can only imagine how it would feel if they blew this 20-0 lead. On the ground, Gardner with some room, and man, I thought he was going to break it. Deron Smith makes a nice tackle, 32 on 32. Brings up 2nd and 8, but I don't think we're going to see another play until the 4th quarter. What an exciting game. This has been absolutely insane. You got Logan Woodside throwing 4 interceptions. You got Berkovici making a couple mistakes. And you got San Antonio somehow keeping themselves in this game with Kenneth Farrow for 2 rushing touchdowns. And that'll take us to the 4th quarter. 20-17. The Fleet have not scored since the 1st quarter. Wild stuff. This is going to be a crazy 4th quarter, I think. And the Fleet did win this game. They advanced to 2-1. They improved to 2-1. And then they got 2 wins over San Antonio. Meanwhile, if Commanders can somehow win this game, they got a huge divisional win. They improved to 2-1. Berkovici going to the end zone. Man caught. Touchdown. Brian Brown. And that's how you answer. And San Diego marches the ball right down the field, 72 yards, and they score a touchdown to make it tough for San Antonio. And this is what Berkovici has been doing all season long. This is his 9th touchdown of the season. This is the 3rd week. He's thrown 9 TDs already to only 1 pick. Brian Brown, excellent route. And you guys dance. Two-point conversion coming up for the Fleet. They're 1 for 3 on the day. Let's see if they can get this one. Maybe see them go to play action or something here. No, they don't. And pressured, going to the end zone. Is caught. Dantes Ford. The 2-point conversion is good, and San Diego once again up by 11. That is huge for the Fleet. And tough for San Antonio because now they're right back where they were when they were down 20-9. And generally speaking, the Fleet's offense is a lot more sound and stable than San Antonio. I mean, you got Logan Woodside who's thrown 4 picks. They just struggle to make the big plays. And we'll see if they can do that here in this 4th quarter. Down by 11. A lot on the line in this game. Again, if San Antonio loses both these games to San Diego, of course, they still can make it. It is only the 3rd week, so they have plenty of time to make it the playoffs. But it might come down to where, close to the end of the season, both these teams are like close to the same record, and San Diego makes the playoffs because they beat San Antonio twice. Out comes Logan Woodside, who has had, well, not a great day. 4 picks, but his team is still in this. 9:56 to play, down by 11. Put together a drive. See what they can do. Had a nice drive last time with Kenneth Farrow making some plays. 1st and 10 now from the 25. Back to throw is Woodside. With time to the sidelines. It's knocked away, and that was dangerous. My goodness. Demetrius Wright almost had a chance at a pick 6. Would have been the 2nd of the day. The 5th pick. 2nd and 10 from the 25. And San Antonio needs an explosive play. They really lacked those this season. They don't have much of a deep threat. I'm surprised. I mean, with Mikael McKay and Greg Ward, they really don't have much of a deep guy. See what they can do now on 2nd and 10. Back to throw is Woodside. Plenty of time. Gotta get rid of it. He is going to go deep down the field. And at least his man out of bounds. It's just a terrible throw looking for Greg Ward. And Logan Woodside, 12 for 26, 161 yards, 4 picks. You kind of just sense that this game is really starting to slip from San Antonio. Down by 11, 3rd and 10. With the way they've looked on third downs today, I really don't see how they're going to convert. We'll see. They might surprise me. All eyes on Logan Woodside, what he can do on this play. Back to throw with time. Gotta get rid of the football. He's gotta get rid of the football. What is he doing? He's gonna let it go deep. And it's picked off for the 5th time. Unreal. That's Ryan Muller with his 2nd pick of the day. And I don't know. That's just a terrible decision. It's 3rd and 10. It's not the end of the game. Logan Woodside has thrown 5 picks. His 6th of the season. And San Diego has been having an absolute field day. And I don't know why he's putting that deep pass up to Greg Ward when he had Mikhail McKay cutting across the middle for what would have been a nice gain. Another awful decision by Woodside, who had about a year and a half to throw that football. Berkovici, 14 of 22, 240 yards, 3 picks. Has the pick, 3 touchdowns, and he has the pick. But overall, 5 turnovers for San Antonio, and yeah, this game is really starting to go back to Fleet's favor. And deservedly so. 1st and 10 from the 31. It's a pitch to Gardner. Trying to find a lane, and Gardner breaking loose. 1st down to the 48. That's a nice, he rips a gain of 17. Jaquan Gardner. Hear his name, everybody. He is going to be a big name in this league throughout the entire season, I think. And Fleet pulling away. And if San Antonio doesn't get a quick stop here, I'd say it's game over officially. Just don't really see how it's possible for San Antonio to get back in this game if they can't come up with a way to stop Gardner and Berkovici. 1st and 10 from the 48. And if only they got that field goal. Back to throw is Berkovici. Blitz. Going around the edge. He is lit up. That's his 2nd sack of the day for Deron Smith, who gets in the backfield. So Smith, he's been stepping up and making some big plays for the Commanders when they need him to. That's his 2nd sack of the day. And he just comes around. Gardner doesn't really see him coming. And Berkovici goes down. And here is where San Antonio's defense has got to stand strong. They've got to stand strong, as Rob Reisman would say. Got to find a way to get it done. 2nd and 18 coming up. 2nd and 16 coming up now from the 41. Time continues to run, and time is really becoming a factor now. I mean, down by 2 scores, getting close to 8 minutes. They've got to make something happen right now. Off play action. Berkovici, pressure, lets it rip. Man, wide open again. 1st down, Dantez Ford. These Commanders just cannot make anything happen on defense when they need him to. It's up 1st and 10 now from the Commanders' 40. And yeah, this game is really starting to slip away. It's amazing that they were even in a position to possibly win this game. But this defense just really struggling on all fronts. Gardner is running all over them. Berkovici's finding Ford, Spruce, Marcus Ball all over the place. And it's just been a disaster for San Antonio. It's really incredible that they pulled it as close as they did. 1st and 10 from the 40. Kind of the last call right now for San Antonio's defense. 7.5 minutes to play. Lets it rip and way overthrows his man. See, that's the type of play where Berkovici just throws it away and Logan Woodside throws a pick. And that's what separates these 2 quarterbacks. You've got Logan Woodside, who's thrown 5 interceptions this game. Meanwhile, you got Berkovici. Yes, he threw the one to Bosby, but otherwise he's been near perfect, throwing 3 touchdowns. The team with a solid 11-point lead. 2nd and 10 now from the 40. Off play action. I'm surprised they're not letting Gardner run more. Lets it rip deep down the field, and man, that is a tough miss. He had Francis Owosu wide open. This really very well could be the game for the Commanders here. If they can't come up with a stop here on 3rd and 10, it's under 7.5 to play, down by 11. I mean, this is kind of like the last stand See what the Commanders can come up with. Can Mike Riley get his team to stop when they need it? 3rd and 10. See the play call is from Mike March. Goes to the sidelines. It is complete. First down, Fleet. And Dantes Ford with a huge reception down to the 28. And I think that might just do it. Dantes Ford, 95 yards. Maybe they haven't had the big play, but he's had a few really great plays to Ford. Back in week 1, 68-yard touchdown. Week 2, 62-yard touchdown. They have not had that big play today. But when it comes to big plays, when it comes to getting first downs, getting chunk yardage when you need it, Dantes Ford has been his go-to guy, along with Nelson Spruce. And San Diego pretty much out of this one. San Antonio, excuse me. 1st and 10 now from the Commanders' 28 as time continues to roll. Calls Marcus Ball in motion. Expect to see Gardner get the carry here. No, off play action. Berkovici will throw. Lets it rip deep down the field. Just misses his man looking for Brian Brown. They love to run that play action, and it works to perfection. When you got Gardner there in the backfield, a running back that you know is going to run down your throat. It just makes it a lot easier for Mike Berkovici to get those first downs off play action. 2nd and 10 from the 28. Obviously, you can't rule San Antonio out of this, but it's pretty much over. Off play action again. Pressure. Lets it go. It's caught. Nelson Spruce inside the 10 to the 6. This air attack has been unstoppable. Berkovici almost 300 yards, and back in week 1 when these teams played, he had 338 yards and 3 touchdowns. Then in week 2 against Atlanta, he had 323 yards and 3 touchdowns. Today, 3 touchdowns. Probably going to throw a 4th at the rate he's going right now and get over 300 again. What a game it has been for the San Diego Fleet, dominating and showing that they really are one of the stronger teams in the Alliance itself. And they're going to be playing against Memphis next week, who's 0-3. They have a clear path to 3-1, that's for sure. All receivers spread wide. They're continuing to throw the football, and why not? 1st and goal from the 6. Berkovici to throw. Lets it rip. Caught. Touchdown. Marcus Ball. His 2nd of the day. 3rd of the year. The Fleet cannot be stopped. Marcus Ball. And it's just simple. Just runs a nice, quick little hitchback. It works to perfection. San Antonio just cannot find any answer whatsoever. This game continues to slip away. And Logan Woodside, 5 interceptions. This has just been a disaster for him. Kenneth Farrow, once again, having a good day, but it's not going to matter. 2-point conversion attempt right now. Back to throw. Almost picked. Berkovici, 4 touchdowns. He has thrown 10 touchdowns this season. 10 touchdowns in 3 games. It's kind of early to talk about MVPs, but sure as heck is looking out like it right now. If we look at the quarterbacks, he's going to be up there with 10. You got Garrett Gilbert, who's thrown 7. Aaron Murray has thrown 8. But they throw 10 in 3 weeks. It's really impressive, and it's a good play there by Jaron Smith, just kind of drawing the ball loose from Dantes Ford. Not like it really matters at this point. You're down by 17 points. But that's really tough. I mean, you went down 20-0. You clawed your way back, despite Logan Woodside throwing 3 interceptions within that time. And you still made it a 3-point game. So that's props to all the guys in the Commanders who are not named Logan Woodside. 5:52 to play. Down by 3 scores. And I don't really see what the Commanders can do. I mean, probably march down. And the problem is, too, they're down by 3 scores. Anger takes a knee. And it all goes back, which I said this might just haunt them. If only Woodside didn't throw that 1 interception, cost them 3 points, this game would still be a 2-score game right now. And those are some of the worst stats that you could possibly be looking at. 161 yards don't really matter when you throw 5 interceptions. First and 10 from the 25. Woodside back to throw. Going deep down the field. It is hauled in. What a catch by Greg Ward. Sets him up at the 22. And Woodside throws up a prayer, and it's Greg Ward who goes up and gets it for him. That's what you call kind of lucky. But a great play. Greg Ward, look at this. He has got Ryan Muller all over him. And somehow he comes down with that catch. Sets him up nicely at the 22, and time to maybe strike back here. See if they can bring to life this team. First and 10 from the 22. Back to throw is Woodside. All day. Just throw it. Oh my goodness! That would have been his 6th pick of the game to have here, Coleman. I don't know who is that to? Wild though, this game has had 6 interceptions, 5 of those coming from Woodside. Second and 10 from the 22. And again, this is why that field goal hurts so much. If you're somehow in a position to score a touchdown right now, you're still in this game if you have that field goal. Back to throw is Woodside again. Darts it across the middle. It's caught. Evan Rodriguez brings him down to the 5. And Woodside, I love how he puts up these yards in garbage time. First and goal now from the 5, and we'll see if he can throw his first touchdown. Time continuing to run down the clock. This is a nice throw, though. Fires a dart. And the thing is, where are those throws more consistently? We saw him just throw an awful pass that should have been picked off by Xavier Coleman. Like, why is there so much inconsistency? And with the way he's played today, with the fact that he single-handedly lost this game for the Commanders, I'd say it's pretty fair to say that Marquise Williams will be starting for the Commanders next week. First and goal now from the 5. On the ground is Kenneth Farrow. Is he going to get his... He spins out of it! Touchdown, San Antonio. He's got 3 touchdowns on the day. Kenneth Farrow. He's having a great performance. And you can't help but laugh at that dance. Look at this. AJ Tarpley. Can't take him down. Spins away from Frank Ginda and Tarpley. And it's just a great play by Farrow, who gets his 3rd score of the game. And, you know, it's really sad that Kenneth Farrow is putting up such great numbers today. And it really doesn't matter because Logan Woodside has thrown 5 picks. 2-point conversion trying now to pull it within 9 points. Again, if you made that field goal, this would be such a different ball game. Back to throw is Woodside with time. Gotta get rid of the football. I don't think he will. He's just gonna back up and get sacked. Yes, he will. Taken down. That's Gellen Robinson. San Diego. This has just been disgusting for Woodside today. I mean, just, come on. Just throw the ball. Down by 11, 34-23. Granted, this game isn't 100% over. But Logan Woodside, I mean, he has not been San Antonio's go-to guy. He played a bad week 1. He got a really lucky break in week 2. I mean, they should not have beaten Orlando. They got a ridiculous PI call at the end of that game. So, we'll see. But I'd say it's pretty fair to say we'll talk to Mark Riley after the game, see what he says. And then also send it to you guys. You guys are going to make a vote on Twitter. If you're not following us on Twitter, go follow us. And you guys will have a say in the decision whether or not Marquise Williams should get the start next week when they play Birmingham. On the return is Brian Brown. Got some room to run, cuts it upfield, makes a nice move to the 34. So 4:18 to play, and you think the only way San Antonio really gets back into this game is like somehow they get a pick 6 or something like that. That's like really the only way. And with the way Mike Bergvici's playing, it's not going to happen. And technically speaking, San Diego should be running the football to Garner. Just let Garner punish those defenders and win in this game. First and 10 from 34. Let's see what the play call is from Mike Martz. They are going to throw. Quick pass, and it's somehow complete to Dantes Ford. up to the 40. It's a gain of 6. San Diego just relentless with the passing game. And Ford gets over 100 yards. Dantes Ford had himself a day. I mean, he's got 251 yards in just 2 weeks. And after the day, he's going to have over 350. Which will easily put him on top. And I think that's Shane Washington, who was just so close to making that play. Second and 4 now from the 40 as time continues to roll. Be interesting if they continue to throw. It wouldn't make sense if they did. In motion is Spruce. They will throw. And man, wide open. First down for Marcus Baugh. San Diego continuing to ice this game. And Bergavici, look at those numbers. That is a championship-winning quarterback if I've ever seen it. And San Diego making a real case right now that they can definitely go all the way. Right now, you know, we've got San Antonio and Arizona, Birmingham and Memphis that have been disappointing. Then you got Orlando, Atlanta, Salt Lake, and San Diego. They're definitely looking like the top 4 teams. And right now, we'll probably have the best chance of making the playoffs. Gardner finally gets it, and look at Gardner go. To the 47 of San Antonio, and the Commanders going to have to use their first timeout. And it is wild that San Antonio was at one point in this game and in a chance where they could actually take the lead. Pretty crazy. And it's wild because San Diego marched right down the field, scored a touchdown, and on their very first offensive play, Logan Woodside threw a pick 6. They were down 12-0 within like 2 minutes. They're going to try a screen, and oh my! That went nowhere. Sets up 3rd and 7. So, big third down. Commanders, tiny bit of hope. Leaning all on this very play, and I don't really see how their defense can make the play. We'll see. Could prove me wrong. But with the fact that San Diego's put up 34 points, and which is how they put up 33 points in week 1 and 34 here in week 2. 67 points against San Antonio's defense. They bring a blitz, dumps it off. It is caught, and he won't get to the sticks, I don't think. To the 43, they call their final timeout. And see, once again, here is where you wish you had that field goal. It'd be 34-26. You have 2:40 to play and a chance to tie it up. But instead, you're going to have to hope that you get a quick touchdown, somehow get an onside kick, and then kick a field goal, which is all very, very unlikely. Sam Irwin Hill on the punted away for only the 2nd time today. It's a high punt. And a beauty once again. If they can get this to bounce their way, they won't. So San Antonio will take over at the 20. And we will see what happens. This has been a long game. It's been a weird one. A wacky one. Logan Woodside. 5 picks for number 5. All receivers spread wide. Let's see what they can come up with here. 2.5 minutes to play. Down by 11. Anything's possible, but with Logan Woodside, not so much. Back to throw with time. Pressured. He's just got to get rid of the football. He's just going to launch it deep again, saying a prayer. And jeez Louise. Should have been pick number 6. 2nd and 10 from the 20. I think he's definitely going to get benched next week. I don't know, even if you're someone that roots for San Antonio, or if you just are a fan of this league, if you vote for Logan Woodside to stay as a starter, you have problems. 2nd and 10 now from the 20. Woodside back to throw again. Lets it rip. Man, wide open. It's complete. DeMarcus Ayers to the 45. And then I'll most likely take us to a 2-minute warning. Ayers having a pretty decent game. And it's funny, I mean, Logan Woodside has put up over 250 yards passing, but with 5 interceptions, it doesn't matter. And if you take away, even if you take away 2 of those picks, if he threw 3 and turned the other 2 picks into touchdowns, they would be winning this game right now. So it's pretty crazy, pretty wild. It goes to show that anything's possible when your quarterback doesn't throw so many picks. 2-minute warning here in San Diego. The hometown Fleet with a 34-23 lead. They have really commanded this game from the get-go, and they're in a great position to improve to 2-1 this season. We'll look at the schedule really quick. Coming down the pipe for San Antonio, they're going to be playing at Birmingham. That's going to be a really tough game, even though Birmingham has struggled. San Diego, meanwhile, at Memphis, who is 0-3. So this is a game that San Antonio really needed to win, and I don't think they're going to get it. Back to throw is Woodside. First and 10, he's just got to get rid of the football. Lets it go, and knocks away. Disastrous. I don't even know who that was for. Second and 10 coming up from the 45. This game just continues to drag and drag and drag. Second and 10. Problem is, Woodside is holding on to this football for ages. He's got to throw the football quickly so his receivers can actually get open. Back to throw is Woodside. Lets it rip. That's caught. And Ayers, does he get out of bounds? I think he does. To the 46, sets up 3rd and 1. And he did not get out of bounds. So time continues to run. And it looks like San Antonio will indeed be swept by the Fleet. 3rd and 1 from the 46. Back to throw is Woodside. Playing time going to the sidelines. He's got a man and it's caught. First down, Mikhail McKay. Big play McKay. 6'5", 210-pound wide receiver. Has hardly been involved today. But a nice catch there. Look at that. The toe tap. Woodside leads him a little bit too far out of bounds. But he's able to get his feet down. Great play by McKay. Great football IQ there, knowing to get his feet down in bounds. And get out of bounds at the same time. 1st and 10 coming up from the 25. So you think if San Antonio can score a touchdown here, miraculously get an onside kick? It's not over. Back to throw is Woodside. Oh my. Lost the football! It's picked up! Oh my! San Diego! That's Miles Nash. Oh, DeMontre Moore. Touchdown! 6 turnovers for Woodside. Wow. He got absolutely blown up by Andrew Stelter. And DeMontre Moore takes it to the house. I think that's just kind of the icing on the cake for this game. And I can't help but laugh at Logan Woodside, who has just been horrendous. 6 turnovers. San Diego now, actually, with that score, they have officially set the record for the most points scored in a game by any AAF Simulated team. On the ground, Gardner gets blasted. San Diego now up 40-23 as this game continues to drag on and on and on. And this is a very long wait between the kickoff. This game really is dragging like crazy. Let's just get it over with. But let's take a look right now at what some situations. With San Diego getting this win, they improved to 2-1. They're traveling to the 0-3 Memphis Express, which I'd say they have a pretty good chance at winning that game. They could improve to 3-1. Meanwhile, San Antonio, they're at Birmingham. Birmingham has struggled. They blew the lead to Atlanta. They lost to Salt Lake. They beat Memphis, who's 0-3. It could be a game to get back on track, and I think they should try to get back on track with Marquise Williams and give him the start next week. I mean, after this performance from Logan Woodside, 6 turnovers in a big game against a division rival that you have to beat, there's no excuses for that. Minute 11 to go, and we're just probably going to get to see Logan Woodside throw another interception. This has just been disastrous, and I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I just can't help it. It's just been awful. 1st and 10 now from the 25. So we're reaching about an hour and a half on this game. Back to throw is Woodside. Throw it, maybe? Out of bounds. I'm recording this pretty late, guys. I'm tired, and this is just kind of cracking me up. 2nd and 10 at the 25. Let's see what the play call is from Mike Riley. Does he even have a play call? I don't know. Back to throws Woodside. Lets it rip deep, and oh my goodness! Ron Brooks almost got his 2nd pick of the day. Ryan Muller's got 2. Ron Brooks has pick 6. 3rd and 10. This might just be the last we see of Logan Woodside in the AAF Simulated, depending on how Marcus Williams performs. Or is it Marquise Williams? 3rd and 10. Blitz from San Diego. Lets it go quick. It's caught. Eaten up immediately. Kenneth Farrell with nowhere to go. I mean, it's just kind of a last-ditch effort there with the pressure in his face. Fourth and 6. 40 seconds left. Back to throw is Woodside. Going deep down the sidelines, and it's called in. What a catch by Mikhail McKay. That puts Logan Woodside at 318 yards. Isn't it crazy that a quarterback throws for 318 yards, yet also has 6 turnovers? I don't think I've ever seen that in any football game ever. And this is a great throw. I just don't understand where those throws are. Mikhail McKay, I'm sure he's pretty frustrated with this quarterback situation. 1st and 10 coming up from the 43. Can they maybe just score a miraculous touchdown here before this crazy game is done? Back to throws Woodside. San Diego only brings 3. And looks like they're still going to get to him. That's Andrew Stelter takes him down at midfield. And Woodside a little shooken up after that one. The San Diego Fleet. My goodness. This has been absolute domination. 40 points. The first 40-point game of any team here in the AAF Simulated season. Lets it rip deep. Would have been fitting if he ended the game with the pick. But that will do it. That ends the game, and Mike Martz and his San Diego Fleet get the win. They improve to 2-1 with a huge, dominating 40-23 win over the San Antonio Commanders. They beat them both games this season, 33-21. Look at Mike Bercovici. Certainly deserved their play of the game. 321 yards, 4 touchdowns. Had himself a great performance again for the 3rd week in a row. Fleet, big win, and as we said, they'll travel to Memphis next week to play the 0-3 Memphis Express. So that could definitely be a win there for them. Meanwhile, San Antonio, they travel to play the Birmingham Iron, who are 1-2. They've lost 2 in a row. And it'll be a battle between the Iron and the Commanders to see which team can get their season back on track. But that'll do it for us here at the AAF Simulated. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this game, and I'm sorry if you were a Commanders fan seeing that Woodside performance. Make sure to go give us a follow on Twitter, because we have all sorts of good stuff going on over there. You get really all the up-to-date news, important info you need to know, and also we will be running polls. I mean, definitely after this game, we'll be running a poll to see if Logan Woodside should stay out there, and I certainly don't think he should. Also, check out the AAF sheets down in the description below. It gives you all the access to individual player stats, the game stats, season stats, the standings, power rankings, and so much more. And also, if you feel like giving us some support, we really appreciate it. We put a lot of time and effort into making this league as good as it can be for you guys, people that want to see the AAF come back to life. So you can do that by either sending us a few bucks on PayPal, which is link in the description to do so, or check out our merch store, which we just dropped a few days ago. So yeah, that'll do it for us here at the AAF Simulated. Week 4 kicking off next week, and it will be a good one. We will see you then.